tonight on Evening.
I'm St. Brian in Seattle. 25 years ago, he helped popularize the dancing baby meme. You know the one. Now he's creating visual effects for Pearl Jam. The story of a Tacoma artist who finds the beauty when things break down.
Visit the resting place of Seattle's namesake and discover the rich history of the Suquamish people. It's the biggest gathering of these birds in North America. Where and when to watch the show.
You look in the sky and it just starts to fill with birds.
Well, good evening. I'm Chris Cashman. Welcome to Seattle's new look waterfront. There is a lot going on down here. If it's been a minute, come on back down. Perhaps nothing more exciting than what's happening right over my shoulder. Our beloved Seattle Aquarium is celebrating the 1-year anniversary of their massive ocean pavilion. Let's jump into the warm waters of the Coral Triangle. It's okay if you're late to the party if you haven't been yet, because you're right on time for feeding.
She's not done. She still wants more breakfast.
It's feeding time for the sharks here in the warm waters of the Ocean Pavilion's Coral Triangle, one of the most biodiverse marine regions on Earth.
Yes, so we focused on the other side of the Pacific, which is our one ocean, on an area known as the Coral Triangle, and that area encompasses Indonesia, the Philippines, all the way down to the Solomon Islands.
I love the ones that have like the blue legs on them.
We have 200 species in the entire building. All of them are native to the Indo-Pacific, and that part of the world is known as the Amazon rainforest of the ocean because it's home to 70% of the world's coral species.
The Ocean Pavilion isn't just big, it's massive.
There's over 500,000 gallons of water in just this building alone.
She doesn't just care for the animals, she wears her passion on her sleeve.
I went with a real theme with these tattoos. She's ready to go.
And when it comes to the animal care team, they rely on volunteers, like divers who want a little extra time in the water, including longtime King 5 meteorologist Jeff Renner.
I started when I was about 18, and we won't talk about how many years ago that was.
About 10 years or so ago.
That's
okay.
right. That's right.
What do you think of the fish?
They're very cool.
Our Ocean Pavilion, a Seattle celebration of wonder, water, and a city that now has even more depth.
Now that's just a taste of what you can see and do here at the Ocean Pavilion, open 7 days a week, so come on down, you are all out of excuses. Now speaking of people staring at you from the other side of glass, a lot of you have been watching us for 40 years. This is our 40th season on Evening, or Evening Magazine, as it is known. Sometimes we like to dig back through the archives just to see what we can uncover. Saint went digging, and he found some gold. Saint.
Hey, not to make you feel old, but one of the world's most famous babies is about to turn 30. It's this guy, the dancing baby, also known as the Ooga Chaka baby, one of the internet's first viral phenomenons. Look at him go. And as Evening Magazine reported way back in 1998, a high school kid in Bellevue had a big role in popularizing this sassy character. Rob Sheridan built an internet page just for the baby, and as thousands of people discovered the site, it kind of consumed his life.
And I set it up kind of thinking, oh, I can just make this homepage and then just leave it alone and people can get it. And it was going to be a real low maintenance thing on my part, but it's not been that at all.
So where is Rob Sheridan today? Doing the kind of things his teenage self could only dream of.
When Pearl Jam needed an artist to create cosmic landscapes for their Dark Matter tour, they teamed up with Tacoma's Rob Sheridan, who finds beauty in the breakdown.
The through line of all of my work has been about doing things the wrong way and finding interesting results.
Rob is a pioneer of what is known as glitch art.
All these combinations of knobs manipulate the video image in different ways.
It's an art form he discovered while working as creative director for Trent Reznor's band 9 Inch Nails.
I was watching how Trent recorded in the studio, and a lot of what they did to make weird noise was, plug things in the wrong way, use an instrument the wrong way, use technology the wrong way to get interesting sounds.
Rob applied the same thing to visuals,
crafting dark industrial music videos and album covers for the band. Working with Pearl Jam would provide a new challenge, a complete contrast.
When I think of Pearl Jam, visually I don't think of a bright, cold, harsh LED screen. I think of a warm, incandescent bulb.
Pearl Jam required organic images like fire and water that might work with any of the 250 songs the band chose to play on any given night.
We have the classic overhead projector.
With his wife and producer Stephanie, Rob spent months in their basement studio experimenting with handmade practical effects.
Now really give it a good shake. Yeah, there you go.
Droplets of colorful ink caught in ultra slow motion create images computers could never generate.
The distance to the end.
Whirling an incandescent bulb in the dark created fiery, dramatic backdrops for the new song Scared of Fear. And when they played Pearl Jam to sound-reactive ferrofluid, they got an instant reaction.
The little flecks of glitter in here became stars in our liquid dark matter, and that was our cosmic starscape for a lot of the show. Okay, let's look around.
When they're not pushing boundaries, the couple are raising their son Io. It's a life of creativity and chaos.
We try to live our life as art, as an art project, as much as possible.
Over the decades, Rob Sheridan has proved sometimes the most beautiful art comes from doing everything wrong.
It's a lot of experimentation and a lot of trying things and seeing what happens and not being afraid to change course when you see something that inspires you.
Thank you, Saint. You know, Rob and Stephanie are actually hoping to team up on some projects a little closer to home, so of course they can keep tabs on baby Io.
Up next, where you can find the resting place of the leader Seattle was named for and discover the rich history of the first people to call this place home.
Wow!
Local stories make a difference.
That's good.
With the power to enrich lives, strengthen communities, and make us smile. Evening is made possible by Primera Blue Cross. Primera Blue Cross, always in your corner.
And welcome back to Evening. I'm Chris Cashman. We're behind the scenes here at the Ocean Pavilion, the ultimate addition to the Seattle Aquarium. They just celebrated 1 year here. We're behind the scenes with the animal care team, feeding, cleaning, nourishing, you name it. Open 7 days a week. Come on down and check out this Ocean Pavilion for yourself. Now, did you know that the Suquamish and Duwamish tribal leader that this city is named after actually rests across the Salish Sea? And if you visit the gravesite for Chief Seattle, make sure you check out the Suquamish Museum. Here's photojournalist Diane Lewis-Torrey with a closer look at this special place.
Has Slachel, Twal Gwalapu, Gwalapu Tidishad, DCII Chilap, Helsi Seedsta, Chuabdas Dialch, Wawise Mazu Seedskoi, Teach Kla Seed Kaya, Henry Jackson Tudsapa, Oliver Jackson Tudsapa, Tu Alchad de Sukwab du Suk Wabchad. I am the Suquamish Museum Director. I am a Suquamish tribal member. I was born and raised here on the reservation. I left once to go to college, and then I came back. When people approach this building, we really love the vastness of it. The building itself is a representation of a longhouse, and so when people are walking up and they can just feel how big it is, we're hoping it gives them an opportunity to kind of step into our world and our history. There aren't a lot of tribes in Washington State that have museums. Ours is one of the largest, and this is the perfect space to come and see us and see everything that we are. The canoe was the way that our people traveled and was our main source of transportation and culture and how we thrived in this environment. At the bottom here is a clam basket made by my great-great-grandmother, Cecilia Jackson. This is a wool dress. It was the very first wool dress that I made when I was about 13. And we would wear it during special ceremonies. This is traditional cedar regalia. Cedar was used by our people as the main staple for clothing, canoes, baskets, almost everything. And that was because at the time it was not susceptible to mold and it was not susceptible to insects, and it was very, very strong. We are the home of Chief Seattle, for which Seattle got its name. Welcome to Chief Seattle's gravesite. This is a place of honor and culture and history. We really focus on showcasing his appreciation for the religion during colonization. People like to bring offerings in order to appreciate his presence and his leadership and the culture.
There's a rosary and some shells. It's like a little pilgrimage here.
Seattle was a translation from the Lushootseed. So in Lushootseed, his name is pronounced Seat, and then from there it was translated to Sealth, and then it was Seattle. He implemented a very large war. Because our people won that war, that's what helped him become a very great leader.
It's very peaceful.
When people visit us, we want them to feel our passion for our culture, our history, and our language.
What a special place. You know, there was only one actual photo of Chief Sealth ever taken. Back then, the process was a little different. 1860s, I don't think they introduced the photomat until some time later. So you had to sit still, and for a long time, it's quite possible that Chief Sealth fell asleep during that, because that photo, his eyes are closed. So if you've ever seen a photo of Chief Sealth with his eyes open, it has been photoshopped. It's a fake, and now you know. All right, ready or not, fall is coming, the weather is shifting, so that means spring cleaning, it's too late, but we still need to declutter, and we've got some experts here. Here are their top 3 tips on how to organize those cupboards.
Hi, I'm Teresa Bowman, and I'm a designer with Shelf Genie of Seattle. What we do is we custom design, build, and install glide outs in your existing cabinetry. And so typically, if you have any space in your kitchens or your bathrooms that are deep, and they just tend to be cluttered or messy and could be more organized, we put in custom glide outs with some accessories that can help you be more organized. In 2025, the requests I'm seeing are surrounding pantries, better access to that, and then also pots and pans, just a better way to stay organized with those, Tupperware, and corner cabinets. So blind corners we see a lot, whether you live in a condo or if you're in a home that has like a corner area, and things just get lost in this dead space. And so for our blind corner solution, we have a way to pull out what's in front of you, so that way you can slide and get to what's in the back. One of my favorite spots, as simple as it is pots and pans. And what we like to do is set everything up for tall, maybe medium, and flatter. And if you don't have as much inventory, you're welcome to keep it to just 2 glide outs. But 3 alleviates the need for stacking. This is where you can really have clutter-free countertops. They can hold up to 100 pounds even at full extension. So if you're a family that shops at Costco, or you need to keep a huge inventory to keep everybody happy, you don't have to worry about these falling apart on you. We find that once they have an install or a Shelf Genie project completed, they're just like, I have more time back, I'm more organized, I'm less wasteful, and there's just joy in my space.
Boy, I could use some of that. I sort of look like the before model for clutter. If you're inspired, pick up the phone, call that number on your screen for a free installation. Our friends at Shelf Genie say that's actually good for the first 15 evening viewers who book. Happy decluttering. I'm gonna go get ready for some laps.
It's the biggest gathering of Swifts, the bird, not the tailor, and Swift fans in North America. Find out where it's happening next.
Portions of Evening sponsored by Shelf Genie of Seattle.
And welcome back to Evening. I'm Chris Cashman, soaking up the warm waters of the Coral Triangle here. 1 year anniversary of our beautiful Ocean Pavilion, the pride and joy of your Seattle Aquarium. They are open 7 days a week. Come on down, check it out. Now, if you're looking for a road trip, maybe you want to head to Monroe. If you drive right down Main Street this time of the year, you're going to see flocks of people sitting in lawn chairs at a grade school, just staring at a chimney. Here's why.
It's almost sunset when they start showing up. A small flock of people here to witness a much bigger flock of birds.
This is the spot where swifts come to keep warm at night.
Every September in Monroe, what may be the largest gathering of Vox's swifts in North America swarms into this chimney every night.
You look in the sky and it just starts to fill with birds, and at first you're like, there's no way that there's going to be that many birds, and then all of a sudden they just keep going and going and going.
Nick French's job is to count, or try to count, how many birds fly in.
It's generally you count in hundreds. Some folks use clickers. Usually start at ones and then you work your way up, and then when they just start going in, it's fast and furious.
The birds begin to swirl in one direction and funnel into the chimney, head first.
It's mesmerizing almost.
Watchers can see the inside of the chimney too. A camera streams live as thousands of birds layer themselves inside the shingles.
And here's a place in town, in an urban setting, where they can have an encounter with wildlife. And if you get people up close and personal with wildlife, they begin to care about them. And once they care about them, they want to keep them around.
Every year there's a special gathering called Swift Night Out to celebrate the return of the birds. The Swift show wraps up like it always does.
The last Swift, he had to make some circles, has to check to make sure everybody's found the chimney, and then he went in and the whole crowd cheered.
Yes! How cool is that? Natural phenomenons. Year after year, those birds return right there to that chimney, and you are in luck. Swift Night Out, September 6th in Monroe, kicks off at 4:30 until dusk. Be there.
Still ahead, get lost in the glow. You'll be amazed by this incredible maze of sunflowers.
Now in our 40th season, Evening shares local stories that make our communities shine. Thanks to support from Pemco Insurance. Pemco empowers the Northwest to prevent the preventable. Learn how at pemco.com.
And welcome back to Evening. I'm Chris Cashman. We are at the beautiful new Ocean Pavilion celebrating 1 year here, the pride and joy of your Seattle Aquarium. I'd ask you to keep your voice down. We're in front of the nursery. There are baby jellyfish sleeping. If you're interested in some scenic beauty on dry land about halfway between Carnation and Monroe along the shores of the Suquamish River, there are giants, big yellow ones. And if you can't wait for the corn mazes next month, Laura Lee wants you to check out this maze made entirely of sunflowers.
They're the tallest members of the daisy family, almost always facing east. And until this day, Daniel thought sunflowers were his friend.
I don't know where to go, and I feel like the lostest person in the maze ever.
Daniel and his mom, Molly,
we're both lost.
have come all the way from Bellevue just to lose themselves in a field of bright yellow. This is Laura Lee's amazing maze of sunflowers, which she manages with her husband, Ed.
Some people think it's a little hard this year, so we've gotten some people lost.
I think it's like golden flowers everywhere, and I like looking at them too. But the green ones freaks me out. Gives me the creeps.
Most of the visitors have come for the view, the photo opportunities, and to make golden memories in fields of bumblebee yellow.
After the long, hot summer, I just think it makes people happy.
They absolutely love it. They're totally amazed. We have a few skeptics that come and like, really, what can you have? And then they come back and they're like, totally amazing. Well worth the visit, well worth the price.
And for those who find their way out of the maze, well worth the stories they can share back home.
Pretty beautiful.
You can visit Laura Lee and the family farm just about every day of the week. They're closed Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And good news, this is the second year for the Snoqualmie Valley Sunflower Festival. In fact, there's going to be Sunflower Saturday in Carnation, Sunflower Sunday in Duval, and you can visit the Carnation Chamber of Commerce for all the information on that. Looks like our fun is over here. Thanks to the Seattle Aquarium and the new Ocean Pavilion. They just celebrated their 1-year anniversary. If you're late to the party, you're out of excuses. They're open 7 days a week. We'll see you next time. I'm gonna go play. Mom, I want to play with the jellyfish.